morning. We're meal prepping today. I'm going to meal prep for the week ahead, which is something I did not do while I was making all those freezer meals. So now we've eaten a lot of the freezer meals. I'm going to start by making up some pasta. I want to make a cold pasta salad, and then I also want to make some chicken meals and some jarred up salads. So I'm going to make the pasta in my pressure cooker. I just covered this pasta with some water, and I only used about half of this bag. We're just a family of 2, so we don't want too much of something fresh like a pasta salad. So I'm doing this part first because I need the pasta to cook and cool before we can assemble the pasta salad. And you know, I've been wanting to make a pasta salad for so long, and I haven't made one yet this summer. This is the first one. Now, while that pasta's cooking, I want to cut up some chicken. I just bought some fresh chicken, so that's actually super nice. Usually I just use my frozen chicken. So I've got chicken breasts here, and I have 3 different chicken recipes that I want to make. And one of them calls for these to be butterflied, and the others call for them to be diced or sliced, although I might want to slice them after cooking them in one recipe. So I think what I'm gonna do is start by just butterflying the first recipe's worth. The first recipe is going to be a Salsa Verde chicken that you grill, and then you put pepper jack cheese over it. So I did buy pepper jack cheese, and I think I'm gonna use 3 of these chicken breasts for that. So this one I'm just going to prep it and get it in the bag marinating. That way it's ready to grill whenever we want it for dinner this week. And then I'm also going to make burritos. So I'm gonna make the filling for the burritos, kind of like a Southwest burrito. That's going to be diced chicken. I'm going to add all the filling ingredients in with it, and then that'll be ready for us to be able to just throw into tortillas when we're ready to eat it. And then the last one is a little different, or a lot different than what I typically would make. It's a pita. You have the sliced chicken, and then it has like a coleslaw with it. So that's super unique and different. So I did decide I'm going to cook these ones not like whole, but butterflied, and then slice them after I cook them. And then I'll need to get the other package out to dice the chicken. And usually if I'm grilling chicken, I'm going to grill chicken thighs, but I have not found a good deal on thighs in a long time. Okay, that chicken is ready. Let me grab out the others and dice it up. Chicken actually looks pretty good. It's not very fatty at all. And then I just have a few extra chicken breasts, so I think I'm just going to butterfly them as well, and then I'll just get these ones into the freezer. Okay, that does it for all of the chopping of the meat. And then we need to make our marinade and so many things. So let me get my hands washed and we'll move on to the next thing. I have some pans heating up for the chicken, and I'm going to actually just do these marinades first because I feel like I can just get it done and out of the way. I know it's not the most efficient way to do it, but sometimes you just need to take that quick win. So let's get all of the ingredients in here. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil into each bag. And then this recipe calls for lime juice. And I just did a whole bunch of freezer meals and I'm out of lime juice. So I'm going to substitute lemon juice instead. And then for spices, I'm going to add some cumin, black pepper, salt, and then I'm adding garlic. It doesn't call for garlic, but I feel like, oh, that was a lot of salt. I feel like garlic is just one of those things that you have to add. And then the last ingredient is going to be our Salsa Verde. And this is what made me decide to make 2 of these, is that I was only going to use about a half of a jar in one. So now we have 2 meals made. This is the chicken that gets the pepper jack cheese on top after it's grilled. So it's gonna be so delicious. You could serve it alongside anything. Rice, noodles, a potato. Serve it on a salad. Get these mixed together. I don't know. I might be making too much food for the week. But at least we are ready. And usually if I'm putting chicken on the grill, I use chicken thighs, not chicken breasts. But chicken thighs weren't cheap, so we didn't buy them. Oh, that smells good. Okay. Okay, 2 meals prepped. Let's get this chicken ready to go on the stove. Okay, I decided for the little chicken pieces that I'm just going to get them going in the pan and then season them. So let's get all of this chicken in. We need lime juice again. I'm going to use lemon. Some chili powder. Onion powder and garlic powder. Smoked paprika. Whoa. And a little bit of salt. So this is the start of basically a burrito filling. And this is also going to need the chipotle peppers in adobo, which I've never bought before. Peppers don't really get along with me, so that's why I haven't bought them, but we're gonna give it a try. I'm going to get this chicken spread out so I can get the seasoning on the one side of it. I think I might mix all this together first. Okay, I just got 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Just gonna set my recipe there. Gonna add some smoked paprika, garlic and onion powder. Probably wasn't enough smoked paprika. Or garlic and onion. Of course, some salt and pepper. Light on the pepper, because pepper isn't my favorite. I am going to go release that pressure cooker so we don't overcook the pasta. Okay, we have a little bit more that'll be for the tops. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to this pan. And we're going to put our chicken in upside down. And I'm going to overcrowd the pan. It's fine. Whew. Now we needed a little bit of lemon juice, so I'm just going to add it in. Now I want this chicken to get cooked all the way through, so I'm going to put the lid on it. And this one probably could just sit there for a little bit and continue to cook. So let's get our pasta drained and starting to cool off. let's get this pasta salad made. I'm going to start with the dressing, which is going to be some olive oil and vinegar. And I'm just eyeballing everything. This is red wine vinegar. Hopefully that's not too much. We're going to add some spices, some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, red pepper flakes, and Italian seasonings. I have some pre-diced tomatoes. I just happened to dice them yesterday, so I'm going to use those up. Get a little bit more of this. And we're going to add black olives, some onions. I got some onions from my garden. I'm going to try not to get the dirt in here though, just the onion. So it might be a pretty bitey onion. Go heavy on the Italian seasonings. And I forgot I did want to add some fake parm. And then I have a little bit of cheese as well. I almost forgot to mention the star of the show, which is salami. Tomatoes. I'm gonna get the salami chopped up and then the onion, just so I don't get dirt everywhere. Did you know they sell salami like this, kind of like how they sell pepperoni? I did not, but I bought it for this pasta salad, and it just took me a while to get here to actually make it. So we're gonna use all of it. It's slimier than I would like. Is this good? Refrigerate after opening. I guess it's fine. Okay, this onion is now washed, so is the cutting board and the knife. Whoa, that's slippery. I'm gonna cut it into really tiny pieces, and it looks like you've got a little bit of dirt that landed on it. So I'll need to wash that off. Okay, I'm going to get the pasta in, and then I think I'm just going to use this colander to get the onions rinsed again. That should also help with any bite that they might have. I'm going to flip these, and then I do still need to get, oh, that one has a nice color. A nice color on some of them, it looks like. Some of them looks like they're good. Perhaps if I just move this over a little on the heat, we'll let them cook all the way through first, and then we'll make sure to have that nice color on them. I'm going to get the rest of this parm that I have in here. Whoops. And then last but not least, we need some cheese. Okay, let's give it a mix, see if we need anything else. We're missing something green. Oh, you know what? Usually this is done with the tri-colored pasta. That's the difference. That's okay. I think it's going to need more olive oil. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more cheese too. Okay, pasta salad is done. But I want to make sure that my attention's over here, because I know we're just about done with everything. Oh, where do I stick this? So I think just letting this cook with the lid off for a little while will help get us some nice color. Okay, this chicken has now come up to temperature. Could have gotten a little bit of a darker color on it on some of them, but ooh, some of them look good. Okay, I had turned the heat off on this chicken because I didn't want it to overcook. I've got some tomatoes that I just chopped up. This recipe calls for peppers, but peppers and I don't get along, so I just subbed tomatoes. I'm also going to get a can of black beans in here. I drained and rinsed them, and some corn. Now this recipe called for onions, and I kind of forgot that part when I was cooking the chicken, so I am cooking up some onions over here. I'm gonna get those in as well. Probably could have used raw onion as well, but I feel like the cooked flavor will just add something nice. And then I don't have fresh cilantro, but I'm gonna use a little bit of freeze-dried. A little bit of lemon juice. Called for lime juice. I'm out of lime. I'm going to add a little honey, and then it says sour cream. I'm going to sub out Greek yogurt. Whoa. And then we need our juice from the chipotles in adobo. Well, is there any juice in there? Ooh, interesting. Interesting smell. I think I'm going to blend that. I seem to do better with blended peppers. Yeah, there's no sauce in there. Whoopsies. Okay, a couple tablespoons of this going in. I think that'll do better for my stomach, having it not be whole peppers. Let's get this mixed. And then I need to check to see if I missed anything that needs to go in here. Oh, and I didn't turn the heat back on. Green onions, I think. Okay, I did forget rice and cotija cheese, which cotija cheese I don't have. So I'm going to use just a little bit of pepper jack, which I think will help since we didn't put peppers in here. Just 2 slices I think will be enough. And I have some rice that's mixed with cauliflower rice that was in my freezer. I'm just getting it thawed. Okay, I think that's all the ingredients. Give it a mix. Okay, I'm going to let that heat through. We still need to cut our chicken and then make our slaw, and I think I'm going to tap out on making the salad. So if you want to watch me make salads, I did do a whole video on making jar salads, but I think I'm ready to just sit down and eat for a little bit. So I'll let this simmer for a little bit longer. I need to taste it too, but I want all the flavors to really come together first. Okay, we need to get our chicken cut and make this coleslaw. And the coleslaw calls for a lot of the similar ingredients that the other recipe did. So I'm going to get some Greek yogurt in here. This is going to be like a zesty ranch, but I don't have fresh herbs, so that's kind of a bummer. But I'm going to add a good amount of dill and parsley and chives. Then we'll add some salt, a little bit of olive oil, some lemon juice. I kept the honey out because I feel like that might be good. Although, you know, now I'm thinking I probably won't add it in there. Salt, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon. We will mix this first and then add in our coleslaw, and that is the sauce. I think I'm going to need a little bit more yogurt than that. That looks good. Might be a ton, but it's just yogurt, so it's fine. That's good. It's definitely on the yogurty side, but we have the brown sugar in there on the chicken. That'll be even better once it all hydrates a little bit. Now this will get better over the next few days, so I think this will be like a tomorrow lunch or dinner. And today will be probably more of the burrito. I think that could use a little bit more lemon. I think. Okay. So I'm just cutting little strips. I feel like there's something about cutting strips after the chicken's cooked that just makes it so much different than cutting them before. Okay, we did it. We have everything prepped for the week. So here's my plan on how we will use this. So we've got our pasta salad. That's just great for whenever. Just scoop it out. We also have our burrito filling, and so I can put the filling in a burrito and then grill the burrito on just a flat top so that we have a crispy outer edge. I could also make this into freezer meals, but I think it'll be better to have the crispy outer edge. I have our 2 Salsa Verde chickens. I think one's gonna go in the freezer and one we'll probably eat this week. We'll put the cheese over the top and that'll be delicious. And then we have for our pitas, we'll stuff the pita with a little bit of the coleslaw, a little bit of the chicken, and that'll be delicious as well. I will leave a link to all these recipes down in the description below. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. If you're interested in some other meal prep videos, I'll leave some here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.